I apologize about that, y'all. I didn't know the people was down there wiggling wires and messing with stuff, man. Just wanted to get back in quick as possible and keep the bill going. You dig what I'm talking about? This is Jehovah Chronicles number 112, right? Here's number 112, the Algonquin host. You dig what I'm talking about? Y'all come on in, man. Sub, like, share this out there to your family. You dig what I'm talking about? Before we had came back in here, we was talking about the Algonquin host. You dig what I'm talking about? The oneness of the creator. And then we got into some of the spiritual knowledge, right? But I know there's going to be some people saying, Cosmon, how does this tie into us today? Right? Okay. We know about the Algonquin history and whatnot and blah, blah, blah. But how does that affect us today? And I would say to you, that is a great question. And then I would go even further to even ask, do you think it's a coincidence that we are coming by this history, these understanding, these revelations and refoundings of identity by happenstance? Right? We're gonna let a couple more people come on in, man. I know they was, it is what it is. My bad about that, y'all. We're gonna pump a little more music. I'm gonna roll a little strip of ting, and then we're gonna get right back into it, y'all. Let's go. All right. You dig what I'm talking about? We ain't gonna hold it up for too much longer. You dig what I'm talking about? Thank for everybody for coming back in, man. My sister Tikva is in the house. You dig what I'm talking about? She say the Cosmon energy is unstoppable. Bags. My Cali Connect is in it. Right back in it. You dig what I'm talking about? Like we left something. You dig what I'm talking about? It's my brother Drip Cosmon. Y'all right? Yeah. Dig what I'm talking about? Shout to you, bro. Higher Light Homeschool. Peace, bro. Sister LaShonda. You dig what I'm talking about? Man, we got to get me and LaShonda got some stuff. Listen. We ever get the story of Joe together, boy, y'all will be in here crying. Y'all will be in here crying about what's really going on in the world around you. You dig what I'm talking about? Many of us have no idea it's happening. You dig what I'm talking about? Shout out to my big bro Joe. Shout out to my sister LaShonda. You dig what I'm talking about? Out there in Texas. You dig what I'm saying? Love and light to y'all, man. But we ain't gonna hold it up, man. For those who back in, you dig what I'm saying? Hit that like button or whatever. But we gonna get this out the way. And we gonna get right into it. Let me see if I can blow it up a little bit. And this is the Sun Rays of Radiance, or the Radiance book, the lowest edition from 2017, right? Many of y'all who have got Big Blue, if you filled out the little paper that goes along with Big Blue, if you noticed, it comes from the Elois also, right? This is a book that they had already had out before they put out their version of Owaspy. I don't knock Big Blue, but I don't use Big Blue. You dig what I'm talking about? What I found for me, this is for me personally. If you got Big Blue, ain't nothing wrong with it. I personally choose to use the 7th Era Faithist edition. The one with the colors on the front of it. You dig what I'm talking about? Look, you know what I mean? It looks a little different. It's got the red, yellow, and blue on the front of the book. 2007 Faithist edition. It is the 1891 version plus the index plus the story of JBN plus the Book of Knowledge. You dig what I'm talking about? 1891 version didn't have the Book of Knowledge in it. Shout out to Wayne Anderson for bringing that out. You dig what I'm saying? And this is the book that comes with Big Blue. If you fill out that little form that comes with Big Blue, they'll send you another book called Radiance. It looks like Big Blue. It's big and blue. But before they reread it and put down another copy, this was the original copy. The Sun Rays of Radiance, the lowest edition. Mine from 2017, right? I want to go down to page 1032. Hold on. Go down here. 1932. Right? Because I know they ask in Kai's mind, what does the Algonquin ancestors have to do with the understanding of who a guardian angel is today? We're going to find out, and I'm going to prove to you, right? I'm going to show you, right, that today, in 2024, right, and since 1848, right, in the Americas, right, the Ashars of America are the Algonquins, right? You're going to find out that what better treat could the ancestors of the Algonquins ever even have but to be able to raise up not only those of their stock, but those who even oppressed their ancestors and oppressed them themselves. How much better the Algonquins get to raise up their children also. Dig this. This is from 1992. Now, the Elois, right, are basically what the ancient Essenes were. People who deal with direct spirit information, suis, clairvoyance, clairaudience, mediumship, trance work, automatic writing, automatic typing, and dealing with spiritual communication on the daily, right? In 1992, well, for the last 40 plus years, right? They've been doing this. This is nothing new to the faithists. You dig what I'm talking about? But in 1992 and before, they came with this reading, right? And and it's very revealing the information that it has and who is actually coming back to speak. This one is called The Great Spirit's Gift from 1992. Look at this. The Algonquin. All right off top. The Algonquin hosts hold the focus for the moment. So they're letting you know that who's going to be speaking, right? And who is holding court at this time and coming through with these messages. The Algonquin hosts hold focus for the moment. The hosts from many of the Algonquin nations, from the most recent times to times long past, stand in solemnity and devotion to the Great Spirit. We have a very special commission given to us by the Great Spirit, right? So the Great Spirit is telling the Algonquins to do a thing. They say it's a very special commission, right? Let's see what that is. It's given to us by the Great Spirit, whose voice speaking from the high council's throne and out of the light said once a long time past, to you, the children who have risen from this land, the Americas, in the West, where Cosmon, right, the time, shall first manifest, right, 1848, New York, right? And California too. I give a special dispensation. So I'm telling you to do something special. By your pains and by your trials have you hosted the birth of Cosmon on this your homeland. By your sorrows and your tears have you earned the privilege, the badge of honor to stand as the what? The caretakers and gatekeepers for the fair land beyond the veil. Now, with that understanding right there, that the Algonquins are the caretakers and the gatekeepers, right, for the Americas, right, should be no mistaken why one of the biggest focus that we got today is caretaking and gatekeeping our own culture. Look who the hosts are. They are Algonquins. Right? You, the children of this sacred land, right? Not Africa, shall stand guard as long as Cephas rules. Now they're going to say, Cosmon, what's Cephas? Let's look and see what Cephas is. This is from the book of Ben, right? Called the 9 entities, right? Let's read this first before we even look what Cephas is. Let's look into some of its understanding. Cephas, right? Or the book of Ben, also known as the 9 entities, right? Are the actualities of life, right? These are so-called your 9 of Sumer, your Ennead. You dig what I'm talking about? Your 9 of gods of Egypt. You dig what I'm talking about? So, we see this understanding played out. You dig what I'm saying? But even in tragic plays and tragedies and different plots and plays of the Greek eras. It was these entities of the creator or the understanding of all physicality that were playing out in many of these playwrights, right? By many of these playwrights. Now, the 9 entities are the actualities of life, the most basic constituents, of life, within which we are all immersed and susceptible to, and from whom there is no escaping ever. Not that one would want to, for they are the family of the universe. And though they are universal family, yet for a season, many mortals and angels may not acknowledge it or understand it to be so. The book of Ben would apply to any age of the earth. The 9 entities mentioned figure in all ancient literature. The 9 entities mentioned, right? Let's go back and show some of the 9 entities. Yahweh, right? Te, voice of man. S, spirit. Ha, destruction. Corporal, physicality. Ooze, dissipation. Cosmon, which is now, which is knowledge, right? Esphoma, right? The sign of the times. And this is what we're looking at right here. Cephas, right? Cephas, right? But these 9 entities, right, mentioned figure in all ancient literature as gods or lords or saviors, right? The word te, right, or ta, substituting the word man, right? Te is the voice of man, right? All good men have asked the same exact questions forever. The creator answered with the same questions, but he answered them in the ability that man can understand at the time, right? For instance, good men have always asked, why war? Good men have always asked the creator, why do innocent children get killed and blah, 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 right? People are so apt to mistake a figurative illustration in an argument for some actual person. Just like in John 1:1, where they said, and God was and God and the word and the logos and all that. They take the literal word and logos, sign, to be a literal person of Jesus, right? You see how they do that? When actually it's a illustration. You dig what I'm talking about? It's a sign. You dig what I'm saying? Of something that's actually created, right? And is part of the creation, not the creator himself. And you dig what I'm talking about? People are, like they say, people are apt to mistake a figurative illustration like the logos in an argument for some actual person, like they say is Jesus. See? In most modern interpretations of ancient sacred books, this has been the case. As for the battles of the beasts, they have been related in all the ancient sacred books, right? So what is Cephas? Cephas, right? And what did the ancestors say? You, the children of this sacred land, shall stand guard as long as Cephas rules. Let's see what Cephas is. Cephas, or Cephas says, Cephas is equivalent to the established or the enforced, right? Things that are enforced, laws, right? Things like that. As the quote unquote, look, laws of the land or the religion of the land as established. So anything that is established or enforced, right? Like the laws of the land or religion, you dig what I'm talking about? Anything like that, that's what the ancients is talking about. This is Cephas. So as long as rules are being applied over the children of the Algonquins, the Algonquin host shall stand guard as long as Cephas rules. Huh? They're still forcing you to pay taxes, ain't they? Okay. You shall watch over what? Every man, child, and every woman, child who comes upon this fair nation. You will guide and inspire them to whatever degree their grade will permit. You will protect them from the darkness and from the falsehood of a spiritual nature, right? Permitting no one to gain power or a foothold that would cause even one of these children of Cosmon to be forced to suffer at the hand of an idolater. And this is why many of our people today are not with the spirituality. They understand that there's a great spirit. They understand that it may be something greater than them, but they are not rocking with what is enforced. What I'm telling you is that is an inspiration that has been coming since 1848, and it will overturn the world. There will be a time where this coming soon, where these oppressions will not stand. Why? Because your ancestors are not allowed to let them gain a foothold that would cause even one of us, right? Cause even one of us to be forced to suffer at the hand of an idolater. You will teach them these things unseen. And so this is why I don't force it. I just tell them. I got to let them come to it on their own. You dig what I'm talking about? You got to see this on your own. But if you don't never know, you dig what I'm talking about, then you can't even be blamed for that. You dig what I'm talking about? Ain't that fair? But Bible tells you you're going to a lake of hell of fire, and that and the law also tells you not knowing the law is no excuse. But look what they're teaching us today. You will teach them the things unseen and the powers of spirit. I know you spooky, right? And maybe you're not supposed to be no big chief shaman. You dig what I'm talking about? You just a regular Indian, right? I know in your mind you may think you this big, old big me, old big chief. You dig what I'm talking about? But if you too spooky, right, to learn the unseen and the powers of spirit, you ain't a chief at all. As a matter of fact, if you're not even in contact with your creator, you're not even Aboriginal. Your heritage, your culture, your nationality is creator. There ain't no special way to praise them except doing something good for somebody else. When you gonna do that? Huh? You will teach them of things unseen and the powers of spirit. You will stand firm and show them the way to all light, regardless of what name or what teachings they wish to follow. You will have the privilege of protecting and guiding the children and the children of those who's caused suffering to come upon your people. Look at that. So Radiance is admitting that the Algonquin, right, the Negroid American, who we know is the most hated and despised person in the world. Native Americans weren't enslaved in America. As a matter of fact, many of them, quote unquote, owned many of our ancestors. Indenture, enslaved. Look at Billy Bowlegs and look at Ben Bruno. Huh? Yep. But if you notice, the so-called slave ran the native. He said where we go. The slave told the natives what to do. No, we ain't taking it. No, we ain't going over there. No, y'all coming over here. So what they've been telling us, how the story been rocking, ain't even right. But look, you will have the privilege of protecting and guiding the children and the children of those who caused suffering to come upon our people. Did the Native Americans go through something? Yeah, they did. But they brought that upon themselves too. Huh? You was trying to overthrow us in the Americas. You got with your Eurasians who are Native Americans, got with your European brothers, your fathers, right? And came over to overthrow us here in America. How else do you catch an Indian except with another Indian? But it wasn't us catching us. It was the Native Americans tracking and showing white folks where we was. Showing the European where we was. White and black Europeans. Got to get over that. Right? They traded to get, they thought they was going to get more than what they got. And then they got played and put on and their land got stolen and put on these reservations. This is what Reconstruction was all about. They had paper whooped you already and allowed them to usurp your history. Then they backdoored them. And they've been on sick, you dig what I'm talking about? Diabetic, drunks, meth heads. You dig what I'm talking about? Ever since that time. You dig what I'm talking about? Some of the worst places you could be in the United States is on the reservation. You dig what I'm talking about? Meth heaven. You dig what I'm saying? It's terrible. But you reap what you sow. You did this to the people who saved you. You thought your white brother was going to come help you. No, he used you, right, to stick a knife in our back. And then he played you in the end like a sucker. And now you mad because, you know, the whole lie and ideal of even who you are is being exposed. You're a migrant too. You're not Aboriginal or indigenous to this country. And anybody can be a native. Natives before 1965. Actually, the word Native American is applied to a people group in 1968. Even the civil rights was not the black civil rights. It was the Indian civil rights. There were no Native Americans. The civil rights movement that Malcolm and them was marching for is called the Indian Civil Rights Movement. Did y'all know that? But no black. We didn't even really use the term. We didn't use it. This is why we didn't like Negro. Because it meant black. Because we knew it was a misnomer. But look, you will have, as the Algonquin, you have the privilege of protecting and guiding the children and the children of the children of those who cause suffering to come upon your people. No greater honor can you be given. Look at that. See why racism is playing out? Did you know your grandmother and them was raising them little white kids up? Makes sense why they love hip hop now, right? Huh? We, your Algonquin hosts, take this calling most seriously and in the greatest humility, because it was given to us by our what? The grandfather, Egoquin. Right? This word, Egoquin, is anglicized as Algonquin. We will not tire nor rest until it's fulfilled that the nation has risen in oneness. Uh-oh. It ain't no mistake we've been talking all this Aboriginal stuff. Because why? They will not rest until it is fulfilled that the nation has risen in oneness in unity with the I am. We know we got a lot of work to do. But this is why the movement came out of grassroots and seemed to come out of nowhere. There's two dominant movements in America today. Two. It's only two. Right? That's preaching freedom, liberty, organization, emancipation. Right? Two. One is the Aboriginal movement. Right? And the other is the faithist movement. Also led by the remnants of the Algonquins. Us, me, Selah Shalom, Daryl Cosma, Malachi Maccabee, the Creator Gang. We ain't tripping over skin. Are you good? We don't trip over pigment. Are you willing to work? So we want to know. Right? Because they won't rest till the nation has risen in oneness. This why the Aboriginal movement. This why you've been popped up out of nowhere trying to talk about you an Indian. Your ancestors been inspiring you. And now, guess what? Cosmon coming to get you back into oneness and unity with the Creator. Who else is talking about the Great Spirit? Tying it back to Aboriginal people, except Cosmon. Dane, too scared to talk about this. Big Ab and them, too scared to talk about this. A1 and them, they don't talk about this. Many of the so-called aboriginals are stuck in religions themselves. Islam, Christianity, Hebrewism, Buddhism, Nation of Islam, Muhammadism. It's not the same. You dig what I'm talking about? Cosmon, the only one in the community talking this great spirit. Because whether you think or not, until you understand in your mind, right, that until you put the great spirit first, don't matter what movement you trying to do, it will fail. I'm not burning bridges on you. I'm warning you. I'm right with you. I can't afford for you to fail. So now the voice is risen amongst the people. And it's talking oneness. And it's talking the great spirit. And it's talking about getting us back together, communal living. What are you bucking against? Cognitive dissonance. Because you don't know who you are. And you don't know who the great grandfather at GOOOO, huh? Who you are named after. You dig what I'm talking about? You named after that. I know you gonna have pushback. I'm built for this. I ain't gonna leave you. I ain't gonna turn and flee. I ain't scared. I'm gonna hold this light when nobody will. And just like grandma always told you, boy, you gonna learn. Little girl, you gonna learn. It's just about how you gonna learn. You gonna learn the hard way or you gonna learn the easy way. But either way, I don't want to be no leader. I want you to save you. You save your family so they can turn around and save themselves. And y'all save each other. And then you turn to your neighbor and you do the same thing to him. That is how a nation rises in oneness, but you can only do it with the right focus. The focus ain't money. The focus ain't land. The focus is your children and fulfilling their dreams and wishes. Huh? In a nation under the great spirit, boy, can you can't imagine. I do believe in the creator. I don't believe in the creator. I know there's a creator, right? And I know these things are real and happening, but the evilness of man, it's hard for me to still conceive, and I know it's real. I see depths and depths of utter evilness every day that I don't even think man could stipulate to or dip down to. Boy, not only do they dip down to it, they drop down, get their eagle on, and then put it on video. But no, remnants of the great Algonquin woke up. They ain't gonna stay asleep, huh? I'm not scared that you scared. I don't give a damn, you spooky. Huh? I don't care that you have the spiritual rate of a duck. What y'all really don't want to know is many times the duck is more higher raised than you are. This is why you need to get back in line. This is why you always confused. You ever talk to a person and say, I don't get it. I'm just confused. That's because you have low comprehension skills. Comprehension is tied directly to spirit strength. So the lower your spiritual strength is the least or the less that you can comprehend. So if you wonder why you confused, we know why. You ain't even all these niggas, holy ass want to be better ass. Shut up. You ain't did nothing to be better. And then when a nigga come talking this higher life, but he not playing with you. I'm not shucking and jiving. I'm not buck dancing. I'm smarter than you, and I'm still dumbing down. So this is why Cosmon be fiery sometimes. I know I ain't everybody. I'm only for those who want this. Go talk to the Christian pastors and to the Hebrews and go if you want some dumb shit. If you want some pie in the sky, some belief. Huh? But if you're not trying to tap in to the great I am that E-O-Y, huh? You're not trying to get that understanding to tap back in with your Algonquin ancestors. Nigga, that's on you. What I'm supposed to do, stop. No, gang, clean everything up in the back. We just gonna air everything out. You ain't gonna be able to say, remember, even this is why we don't turn down no spiritual knowledge. We just look at it. We hold it up. You know what I mean? Oh, wait a minute, that don't seem right. Oh yeah, this right here. You can tell light from dark. Nobody got to tell you to kill nobody is bad. Don't matter if you got some puffed up ideal of patriotism in your back pocket, you that demand and goofyified you into believing that you could go over there and kill another human who ain't even never did nothing to you. That patriotism, you gonna get away with it. That's why many of y'all, and if you ever want to get your PTSD stop, huh? You gotta work to get them demons up off you out your sleep. Every time something, you go crazy, right? Because you didn't kill people, and you know I'm not lying. Them people come back to you in your dreams. This is why we're not letting the babies go into the wars and to the armies and armed forces and all that no more. That's dead. We're not sending our babies to kill themselves no more. Y'all kill yourself. Go ahead, blow that shit up. We'll be over here when y'all done. Look what it say. And all the darkness of the earlier days has been put aside. He said they not stopping. This we have spoken as our word, and it has been the rule to us ever since 1848, y'all. But they did this in their lives thousands and thousands of years ago. Think about this. Grandma and them, they ain't even been in the heavens long enough. Grandma and them just died within the last 20 years. Huh? Do you know what she been doing for the last 20 years? Huh? You better get the Book of Divinity. Jaja didn't miss nothing. He didn't make nothing. He didn't miss nothing. This is why he sent Algonquins back to Algonquins. This is why you waking up every day with these fellas on your man. Hey, some of us even trying to deny them. Don't even know what a feather is or what it does. Why you wear it, why you had it, why do they even try to copy you wearing it? You don't know. Huh? But you would say it ain't yours. You would sure say that keep you. The Hagendawa ain't yours. Huh? This we have spoken as our word, and it has been the rule to us ever since. And though there are more and more of our people on the earth playing year by year, yet we, your Algonquin hosts, still far outnumber you. Remember, there's 4-1 on regular. They say there's roughly 50 million quote unquote Negro Americans, Algonquins in America. That means at least on the least level, if there's 50 million of us, there's at least 200 million angels. Those are just the angels just watching over the people. Some of us got 200 angels, 1,000 angels, 2,000, 3,000 angels. Some of us are so important and have such a good work to do that Jaja sends extra angels for you. You ever been through a whole bunch of mess and don't even know how you survived it? You ever wake up in the morning and say, good night? I ain't even supposed to be here. How many of us can say they can look back and say they got 10 dead homies, 5 dead homies? They ain't even here. I'm talking about the good ones, let alone all the ones you knew. How many of us can say, man, boy, I done been through something, man. I don't know how I survived. Now you know. And if you don't know, now you know. Yet, we, your Algonquin host, still far outnumber you. So there is at least more than one of us for each man, child, and woman here in this nation. I'm telling you, there's more than 4. We leave no one untouched or unattended. And all we do is for the goodness of your ward without any expectation on our part other than our service to the Great Spirit and the blessings of Cosma. All right. Hold on. I want to drop down a little bit. There's more to Aboriginal history, but I want to get to this one. Right. Say, this is from 1984. Remember, these are different medium sessions that go throughout all the years. We just was in 92. This is one that came in 84. Right. 84 was actually a popping year because, man, it's another one where it goes into Osiris. Yeah, that Osiris. And it tells you about what's going on with him today, just like it's talking about the Algonquin, right? And remember, these people who are having these revelations live in act just like the Essenes, the ancient Essenes that you heard about in all your biblical texts, right? All that spiritual communion that the Essenes was having, still going on today, right? And if this is not happening to you on the daily, why not? Ask your God that. Huh? Don't the song say, I want to be able to preach like Paul? Huh? Say, what the song say? He say, I want to be able to sing like angels. I want to be able to preach like Paul. Well, where it come from? Hmm? Are you tapped in? You talk about being woke, but are you? Let me reveal something very, very truthful to you. You can take it how you want to take it. You already know how Cosmon feel about it. But if you don't, first of all, to understand that there is a creator, right? That there is a creator for all this creation is the very first step to wisdom. If you have not realized there must be a watchmaker for every watch, huh? That there must be a star maker for every star. Until you realize that and you know that, not believe it, until you know it, you don't have a drop of wisdom. Now ask yourself, is there a creator? If you say yeah, if you understand that there is a creator, right? If you understand that there is a creator, man, hit your boy Cosmon with a 1 in the chat. We gonna see. Hit your boy Cosmon with a 1 in the chat. If you understand that there is a creator. Huh? The Algonquin host speak. It says, just look at this real quick. We are here to help you understand the true way to prophecy in second sight. Mm-hmm. Any of the so-called aboriginals out there? Is they teaching you prophecy? Second sight? No. Huh? Any of the religious groups out there teaching you second sight? No. Any of the pan boo-boos out there teaching second sight prophecy? No. But the remnant of the Algonquin, huh? Using that book of power that I speak, huh? Out here teaching prophecy in second sight. Teaching it. You ain't an Indian nigga. Huh? All that talk. You ain't big chief. Especially with a gut full of pork. Huh? You can't get no spiritual understanding. You're going to lead your people into a burning house. Huh? Who going to teach the people prophecy? Do you know that there are absolute rules that govern it? No, you don't. Hmm? Do you know the other side of prophecy? Huh? Did you know that there's even more way than one to prophesy? Huh? Get off your high horse, big chief, dumbass. Who wanted it? If that's what you want, if you ain't gonna listen to bruh, if you got so much cognitive pushback, I'm saying you ain't an Indian. Now what? Why? Because you don't understand the true way to prophecy in second sight. You ain't teaching our people that. You ain't teaching them nothing that would have been good. You didn't know why they shouldn't have took the. You just felt that it was wrong, and you was right. You was right. Right? You was right for that. Where did that inspiration come from? Because you sure didn't know. That's why you got to tap back in. Creator already told us about C19 and not to take the jab. Your God, your ancestors ain't come back and tell you, huh? Where was Osiris ass then, huh? Story of your grandmama ain't helped that much, did they? When they came down with that pressure on that job, huh? You got to do this or lose your job. You didn't have nothing that said, look, I can't take this. Look, Book of Cosmogony, 8:15. You couldn't do that. My babies didn't take no jab. We didn't take no jab. We ain't get sick neither. I'm just saying, man, the stuff we got to be learning today got to be beneficial. And what I'm telling you, the only thing beneficial in all the creation is the nigga who made it. He revealed everything. It's not Cosmon. It's not me. It's him who sent me. I know many of y'all don't know. Many don't see this movement. It's going to blindside the world. All that darkness. Huh? It's going to dazzle them. But just when you think you're going to get something, we going to pull away. Get yourself together. You save you. Nobody coming out the sky for you. They already here. They already here. You have asked for guidance and to regain the clear channels. Huh? Who asked? You have asked for guidance to regain the clear channels you had when this work began. You are puzzled by the vacuum you find yourselves in. We understand your plight. For we here were all seers of true visions and possess the knowledge of all good medicine. When the spirit of our people was strong, we pity your lack of oneness with the Father of us all. Whew. We pity your lack of oneness with the Father of us all. Huh? How can you hope to know the Great Spirit in your heart when you live in these great square boxes and breathe the stale air and heat with fire machines and sleep without the blanket of the stars above you? How could we make you understand the secret ways of the Spirit? You can tell they ancient. You could tell they old. They say, he said, you live in great square boxes. They talking about houses. And they say, what? We breathe the stale air. We circulated air and heat with fire machines. They're talking about furnaces. Look at that. These are ancients, huh? Virtual gods themselves come back to raise up not only their own, but those who oppress them. They're going to raise their children too. Uh-oh. Huh? How could we make you understand the secret ways of the Spirit when you breathe stale air and live in great square boxes? Right? You got stale air and heat with fire machines. And you don't sleep with the blanket of the stars above you. The Spirit that was soul of our people, but this is not our job. The Spirit that was the soul of our people, but this is not our job. We watch and we guard, but we pity your darkness. Our friends from the land of the rising sun tell us that we cannot expect you to live as we live. So they talk about from the east, from the land of the rising sun. We know that is China. So the Algonquins chopping it with the Chinese. Look at this. He said, our friends from the land of the rising sun tell us that we cannot expect you to live as we live. But if you would make more time to spend in the forest with the creations of the Great Spirit, living and eating and dreaming without your square walls about you, you would find more peace in your soul and more vision in your heart. Study the ways of our people, and you may find truths that may have a place in your search for growth. Remember the clarity of vision you had when you were with the Spirit of our people in the forest places, right? And I know they got this ideal, you dig what I'm talking about, that we've always been in cities, but before there were cities, there was towns. Before there was towns, there was hamlets. You dig what I'm talking about? Not saying that we didn't live in homes. No, you did not live in a teepee. That's not what you do. You don't live in teepees. It's not what you do with them. Right? But you was in that forest. You did have a clear air around you. You did have clear running water and rivers everywhere. Huh? Great sources of energy dumping from the earth into the clear, fresh air that is not polluted with gases. You know what I mean? And things that, they spray the sky now. You know what I mean? So, no, you wasn't by the cities. You was out in the wilderness. You dig what I'm talking about? And you had a different type of experience. Remember, these towns and cities came out of the woods. There was trees there that we cut down and made houses with. It's how you make a town, a city. You dig what I'm saying? So don't think just because you've had it a long time, it was always like it is today. Right? I'm not saying it wasn't there. I'm just saying it's not like it is today. You know, places like New York didn't just start off as one city. They started off as a group of towns and places where everybody lived by each other communally. And when it got large enough, they connected. Simple. They started living closer to each other, making cities. And even when we had these massive cities, man, we still lived. We had people that lived outside of them. You dig what I'm talking about? On their own plots, with their own lands and their own farmlands, and their own families. They didn't live in the cities. They lived in the country. Huh? I'm just telling you, it's all yours. Remember the clarity of vision you had when you were with the spirit of our people in the forest. This is the feeling you must remember in your heart and carry with you. Right? Now, this is for all them people who you're trying to make fun and all this shit. You don't know what the fuck you're looking at. You don't know why the people danced in the circle. Why the TP? I'm telling you, your ancestors taught the people who are using it now. I'm not saying that how they use it is exactly right. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying they kept some of that heritage and culture alive at a time where you couldn't. You was going through disenfranchisement, partly because these niggas, right? But thank you to the Native Americans, because they kept some of that heritage and nature and stuff alive, and they are proof, right, who we are. They'll tell you, man, if you get a righteous Native American, they'll be like, yeah, man, we stole the land from y'all. We did that. Us and the white boys, we was warned against y'all. They'll tell you. But then they'll also tell you, dude, we got played in the end. That's why we sorry. You dig what I'm talking about? And the proof of their treachery, the proof that they some devilish low down niggas and they did some shit is right on their face. They lost that pretty brown skin and became a devil, a demon. You became Itura. You lost that pretty brown skin. Now you look like a white boy. Huh? What scared you at first, right? You complained about that monster till you became it. Remember, there's two Kachinas. One gonna raise, one precedes the other. I'm just saying. Right? We have been, it's a dear family in the Great Spirit. This is called the host of the Sacred Hoop, right? From 1991. We have been with you in your sacred circles many years past. We were unseen guardians to your predecessors over many years. We will be with you again for another season. Do y'all know how long a season is? How long is a season? 400 years. A season is a time. Half a season, half the time. Right? Season, 400 years. Half a season, it's 200 years. In the Bible, the understanding of this season is called a time and a half time. Okay? Already you have felt our presence with you, guiding your spirit selves to see other greater vision and the lighted ways. You must take the initiative and take control. Only you have the power of choice and of right action. The Great Spirit carries out your will and brings the fruit of your actions. The Great Spirit carries out your will. And brings the fruits of your actions, reaping and sowing. This makes sense. When Jaja said, I did all you had to do was choose. So, in that sense, the creator is the servant and we the master. Wow. Wow. It makes sense now. I mean, I got that before, but this just kind of clear it up. The Great Spirit carries out your will. Think about it. Even the false gods was praying for men, have men to be subject and subservient to them. Creator gave it to them. False god, Christ. He wanted a ministry. He wanted a physical representation on earth. He created the invented life of Jesus. But he asked for that. Creator gave it to him. So he even do work for the false gods. They his sons too. Think about it. If you got any children, right? Which one won't you do for? Huh? You can have one child who a straight A student and one who a thug. Which one you not going to do for? You're going to do for both because they're your son equally, your child equally. You dig what I'm talking about? You don't love one more than the other. It's the same love. But this is dope. The Great Spirit carries out our will. Shit. This is why they say willpower. Right? The force of will is one of the most important things to master. Makes sense. Starting to make a little sense. All we can do is guide and inspire. See that? It's on you though. Right? You say, look, only you have the power of choice and of right action. The Great Spirit carries out your will and brings the fruit of your actions. This is reaping and sowing. All we can do is guide you and inspire, but all the rest is under your control. We will stand close beside you through the days and nights ahead if you frame your thoughts in the right way and choose to follow the red road or the path of life. Don't get get trippy on colors. Ain't talking about no gang banging. You think what I'm talking about? Talking about red as in blood as in life. Man. If you choose to follow the red road or the red path, we will be there to bless you with our prayers to the Great Spirit. And we will dance with gladness within your sacred circle. So when you dancing, they're dancing. Huh? You didn't know what it was for. Y'all was laughing and giggling. A kid. Oh, we ain't them people. No, but you taught them everything you know. And now they got some stuff that you got your nose turned up at, but it's yours. You don't know why they danced in the circle, because in the sacred circle, right? This is what the teepee did. The people danced, and the angels came down there, your Algonquin guardian angels, your ancestors themselves, came down and danced with you. Huh? If you frame your thoughts in the right way and choose to follow the red road, we will be there to bless you with our prayers to the Great Spirit, and we will dance with gladness within your sacred circle. For you and your family, your grandmothers and grandfathers are all one. Y'all see it? Y'all see it? Jaja Cole. This is how you tie the Algonquins into angels who guard over men in America. They don't be seeing it till you put it together for them, Cosmo. It's okay. We'll put it together. What your ancestors said, they ain't gonna stop. Who they inspiring then? They inspiring me. Your grandmama inspired me. Who bringing you back to the Great Spirit? Ain't none of your so-called leaders. I want them to lead, but I want them to lead with the right focus. And the only focus is the Great Spirit. And this is what the Wata did in America. Huh? Y'all talk about the Moses. Y'all talk about Brahma. Y'all talk about Poe. They talk about all these good. You never talk about the great prophet of America. Even in the story of Hiawatha, they call him the peacemaker. Somebody got to bring it together. There's too many egos of my chiefs. My chiefs are not here to politic. They praise the Great Spirit and they whoop ass. This is what they're going to do. This is what it is. And when I say whoop ass, I'm talking about not just physical. I'm talking about spiritual too. But you got to be in touch with the Great Spirit. You got to be right and exact. You got to, what they say, follow the red road. It's all up to you. He said, you have the power of choice and of right action. Ain't nobody got to tell you to be real. And if they do, you fake anyway. If you didn't get up this morning keeping it 100, you fake anyway. Huh? For you and your family, your grandmothers and grandfathers are all one with us, as well as we are one in the Great Spirit. Come on, man. Wake up. Only you praise the great spirit. When you gonna dance? Huh? We go to our barbecues and our family reunions. When we gonna dance? When you gonna tap back in, oh warrior? It's the warriors who danced. Huh? The women started it off. But the big show was when dude came out cranking it like a bison. When Cuz hit that sea walk on him. You did what I'm talking about? I'm telling you, you've been doing this forever. Somebody came out and did the Smurf. Somebody was doing the bop. Somebody was doing the Pee Wee Herman. You did what I'm talking about? I'm telling you, you dance for your creator forever. Huh? This is going to be one of the ways we get back in love with each other, y'all. We're going to dance with each other and feel good around each other. Huh? You're going to get back in your great sacred hoops. Huh? Why you think they dance for the corn festival? Who are they dancing to? Think they was dancing to the corn? No. No. None but the great spirit. Huh? We will lend the prayers and the power that goes with us to your mission. Listen, you gotta guess why you got to get back in line. Huh? And I'm not saying be churchy. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, first of all, you got to understand there is a creator. And if you saying that you these Indians, you got to understand that first. If you don't even understand that first, you ain't trying to tap your people back into what made them powerful. You weak. And I call you on it. And whatever you want to do about it, if you're feeling some type of way. I was never scared. I fear none but the creator. Huh? And I ain't got to fear him. That's my daddy. I'm going to enter heaven fearless. This why Cosmon gonna be a problem. This why Creator Gang gonna be a problem. Huh? They're gonna always be malls to the light. Because you're gonna need somebody to tell you the real deal when you don't know what it is. You're gonna have to trust somebody. And I'm telling you, there's only one thing and one entity you can trust in all creation, and that is Creator. And you don't need me to tell you that. You can tap in and he can talk to you every day. That thing you call your conscience, if you notice, you don't hear it with your ears. Jaja say, my voice is not heard like a man's voice. They look for me like they look for things. He say, my soul, they say my voice enters the soul and the spirit from all sides. So that thing you think is your conscience is actually the creator. Turn it up. How you turn it up, Cosmo? First thing, eat some fruits, nigga. Fruits and veggies. First law. You ain't, as a matter of fact, if you want to follow one law, dietary law. Other than that, do something good for everybody else. That's it. That's it. Guess what? If you did work 100% for everybody, if everybody did 100% of everything for everybody else, that ends the need for money. There is no more war. There is no more hunger. There is no more homelessness. There is no more crazy stuff in the world. That ends all that right there. Jaja teach us that even on a small level. That's called communal living. Don't you know that the ancient Israelites was paid? Niggas wasn't broke. They wasn't poor. You know what I mean? They just, you know, it is what it is. We kept it what it is. We was clean. But everybody was balling. And when it was, and when they did go to war, I'm not backing it. But the first century messianics didn't go to no other man and ask to borrow some money so they could fund their war machine. Them boys went in their own pockets, printed their own money, bossed their own life up, and got to work on Rome. Huh? They needed a God to help them. You needed Luamon. Because them boys wasn't playing, man. Shout out to the first century revolutionaries, man. You dig what I'm talking about? Hidden down in there, fighters. Boys who they wasn't about to have or Vespasian and Titus naked booties in the temple. No. We rather die first. It's what they don't get. It's some people who just ain't gonna never go for it. And this is how I know they couldn't have enslaved all these people in America like you telling us. It couldn't have happened. Couldn't have happened. Nor could you have killed them off with disease because we already had the cure for smallpox. An Aboriginal Indian taught Cotton Mather. Yeah. They give the credit to Cotton Mather for being the first person to put a little bit of sickness on the people. You dig what I'm talking about, and build up a natural antibodies. The Aboriginal had been doing it. As a matter of fact, his quote unquote slave, right, who was an Indian and Aboriginal, right, taught him how to save his people. Look it up. I'm just saying. I know why they don't want to talk to me. I know. Huh? Because I'm going to bring up the fact, nigga, you ain't an Indian. Hmm? Hmm? You show love to your creator this morning? Nah, you ain't an Indian. Hmm? Did you brush your teeth and get in the shower? Did you know that's part of being an Indian? We taught the world that. Take a bath every day. Did you know the entire ideal of praying before you go to sleep? Your mama, you remember you was little? Now they lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my. Do you know those are indigenous American civil rights? Actually, they're faithist rights. Only the faithists did this around the world. You want to know if you came from faithist stock? Did you do that? That ain't. It's not in everybody's home. Did you know that came from the Aboriginals? I'm just saying. It's a lot we don't know. It's a lot we don't know, man. I dropped the link. Man, anybody want to come in? You dig what I'm talking about? But I know they was like, man, how the hell is he going to tie the Algonquins into angels, into being our ancestors, into protecting us today? How the hell is God's mom about to do this? And I show up and show out every time. They got a song say, Jah never lets me down. He ain't let me down yet. Hmm? The faith is knowing. The dope part is knowing he ain't never. He couldn't. You dig what I'm talking about? Got my brother in the house, Prince Judah Bond. What's the word, King?
Man, just loving your lesson, brother. You bringing out so much light and truth, man. That's speaking to the soul from all sides, just like Jaja. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Salute to you, big brother.
You're breaking up a little bit, bro. You're breaking up a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
Man,
hold on, let me go outside. Can you hear me?
You're breaking up a little bit, bro. Say it again.
Dang. Hold on. Take this Bluetooth off.
Yeah.
All right, can you hear me better now? Hello? I'm gonna come back and come back in.
Yeah, you sound better.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I was just, saying salute to you, big brother. And a lot of things that we thought was impossible or fairy tale or whatever it's starting to become more understandable, you know what I mean, in this generation. So salute, man. It's a beautiful time we living in, bro. I was just thinking about the last thing you said about how can you hear me?
Yeah.
Man, my grandmama drilled it in my head to pray before I went to sleep and before I woke up in the morning.
Come on, man. Cosmo, listen, bro. I think people be thinking we really be making this stuff up, bro. But you can go right. You can go right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Is there something sound weird in the background? But like I was saying, we can go right into our own. Okay. I don't know, man. It's acting crazy on the thing, man. Peace to the prince, but we understood what you were saying, bro. And shalom, and thank you for coming through, man. Right. You dig what I'm saying? We can look right into our own lives, man. We ain't got to stretch for this. I'm not trying to sell you nothing. I already got this. You dig what I'm talking about? Okay, here go, bro. Dang, what's going on here?
Hey, can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you better now, boy. Your thing was tripping for a minute.
Yeah, I don't know. I had it on my Bluetooth speaker, then I disconnected it, so I think it was just, messing up. But you can hear me now?
It's going crazy. Hold on, let me see if I can take this off the screen that it'll sound better for you or something. Maybe it's on my end or something. You know what I mean? Because you coming in choppy. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can hear the timing is off on my side.
Visual look good, but the voice sound choppy.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know, but anyway, all praise to the great spirit either way, man, and salute to all of our righteous ancestors out there that's still inspiring us to live to our highest light every day.
That's right.
You dig what I'm saying? And the history that we have to look back on, even in our personal lives, like I was saying, man, I literally felt this morning when I woke up, I was just laying in my bed still. I wasn't moving. And I was thinking about all the shit I got to do for the day. And before I got up, I felt my grandmama inspiration tell me, boy, you better say your prayers before you get up out this bed. You see what I'm saying? That's Algonquin spirit that you just brought out. Have you been doing
Yeah,
that since you was a kid? Have you been inspired to do shit like that since? If
come
so,
on, man.
your ancestors most definitely was probably faithists in art.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they are. You dig what I'm saying? And we, like you were saying, bro, we ain't gotta look far for a
Mm-mm.
representation. You can look right in your own life.
Most
You dig what
definitely.
I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that make it hit home a little different though. When I ain't gotta look for nobody else's story. You dig what I'm
Right.
talking about? I get it right out. You dig what I'm talking about? Right out the backyard. You know what I mean?
Come on, man. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, bro. And like I say, man, I feel like it's just fun to me now. Everything is getting more and more funky because, the gang is bringing out all of this crystal clear light for us to understand shit that prior to this Cosmon era was very vague. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, now we got something we can stand on. I appreciate you, big brother, for bringing out these documents, these
Oh, man.
you know what I'm saying? All of these lessons, these 100, was it the 112th one?
Yeah. You get
Man,
what I'm
I
talking about?
appreciate
I was
your
trying
your
to
light
do
is
something
bright, bro.
for 100. I need to. I've been, bro, man. I've been so busy because that
Brodies.
what's going on, Tom?
Hey man,
Salute.
creators undefeated, man. Salute.
Man, come on, man. You know
Yeah.
ain't nobody, man. He over here putting hands and feet on things.
Okay, okay, okay.
Hands and feet on
Yes, I
everything. You
see.
think what
I
about
see.
sending son down there?
I see you about that Night Wolf out there.
Huh?
For Mortal Kombat, the real Aborigine Night Wolf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hey, you hear me? Listen, man. It's so like when you look back at it, you can start to see like, dang, I remember when they was talking about this. You remember that? Remember this little thing, and then when it get explained to you, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? You like, bro, I remember that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
remember. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I know me. Right? I can't speak for everybody, but boy, I done been through some stuff that I tell you, boy, I shouldn't be here.
I
What?
think we all feel the same way on that one.
Man, I mean, I'm talking about some miraculous stuff didn't happen.
I was born that way.
Okay, dang. See,
I wasn't even a pound.
Wow.
My grandma said, "Boy, I could hold you on my index finger." Even though she was being exaggerating, but she really kind of meant that in her heart. Like, boy,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think we was gonna make it, boy.
Wow.
They had me in the box like freezer. You know how they have little cords and stuff hanging from you? I was like that.
oh
I got a
yeah,
baby picture like that, man. I was in a little incubator box.
Mm. That's
let
crazy.
daddy know.
I still get teased for having a big head. Man, don't tease me like that, man. I was premature. But creator
Man.
brought us all
Man,
through,
thank
man.
you,
The link
Sonny
as
Pie,
one, man.
man. I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it, man. And shout out to wait a minute, hold on, let me tell you. Let me get the name right again. I want to say Cosby. Hold on, one second. 1 second. I gotta get it out there. Cosby Ford. Shout out to Cosby Ford. You dig what I'm talking about? Watching out there, man. You dig what I'm talking about? Showing that love, hitting that cash out for your brother, man. Dang, man, you know I need it. I'm not balling. I'm not balling. If that's what they thought they was, you know what I mean? I ain't TD Jakes. I ain't
Right.
Criplo.
Come on, man.
Don't
You
want to
dig
be
what I'm
him.
talking about? I ain't what's the other one? I want Bible. What's his name?
Goldstein, Joel Osteen, all them niggas.
I ain't none of them.
Hey, y'all remember when TD Jakes and Creflo Dollar was crip walking in the offering? Nigga,
Man,
that shit was crazy.
do y'all remember when they was having them floods down there in Texas and Joel Osteen wouldn't open his doors for the
Yep.
people?
Oh my God, I remember that, bro. That's crazy.
And do
I
you
ain't never
Big
remember
heard of
ass
that?
that,
church.
boy.
You remember that, Tom?
I don't remember that, bro. I gotta look that one
No
up.
shit.
I ain't
I
never seen
remember that
that.
shit. Like I remember that shit crystal clear. It was flooding
Yeah.
out
Wow.
there, and he had his big ass church, and didn't want to let nobody go in there and lay down and go to sleep.
Yep.
Wow.
And it just and then and the guy, what's his name, Mattress Mike or Mattress Larry,
Yeah.
this big mattress store, right?
Yeah.
The people that they wouldn't take in the church, he turned around and opened up his mattress store for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And Creator bless that man. You dig what I'm talking about? Bless that man, and look what he turned around and do with his gifts. You can't tell me that man ain't a faithist. He don't even gotta believe in Creator, and he a faithist.
Mm-hmm. Based on his actions.
Based on his actions. You can tell me a whole bunch of good stuff, Joel Osteen. But when the rubber hit the road, you dig what I'm talking about, and it was time for you to help. No, we needed Mattress Mike.
Man.
Come on, man. Come on, man. You dig what I'm talking about? Them people was like in a hurricane or something. I forget what it was. You dig what I'm talking about? It was like a hurricane. It was only a couple years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
but you doing more work than them niggas is doing, and you broke. Like me.
It's all right, man. He say, and I'm paraphrasing. He was like, but my prophets will be they will be hardened with life. They're gonna be experienced, and they ain't gonna worry about poverty. They're gonna be in touch with poverty and all that stuff in this world. You did what I'm talking about, because it make them better people.
Most definitely. That's called character development.
That's right.
That's what we going through right now. A lot of us feel like our backs is against the wall and the world is against us. Jaja, I say, man, you gonna get through it. You know what I'm saying? It's character development.
I made you this way.
Right.
I made you this way. All right.
Yeah. That's it. Ain't no reason to be sitting down complaining, woe is me. Get on your feet and do what you got to do, because Jaja with you. And all the ancestors of our Algonquin soldiers is here to inspire us to live to our highest light every day. It's so easily when you understand and you can see the system in order, of the unseen world around you, man. It makes a world of difference. You can't even, OWASP is something that, man, I never came across nothing with that type of light in it my entire life. I've been in church my whole life.
Not even close, bro. You dig what I'm talking about? I was right there next to you. What you talking about? We was at the same church. I was right there next to you. Holy together. You dig what I'm talking about? Let me show you this. Let me give him some light.
Go ahead.
From the O. You dig what I'm talking about? It say this is the book of Esther. It say, to know then, right? To know then what are good works, and to apply these to the inhabitants of the earth. This should be the chief study of a preacher.
Wow.
Right? And then it go on to say in 16, and since most crime and misery come because of poverty, and because of the division of the affairs of men or caste, it is wise to devise first a remedy against poverty, and second, a means of attraction to bring about a brotherhood between men. You can't do that if they drown in flood waters and you locking the door, Joel Osteen. Listen, you got a special place in hell.
Boom.
You don't gotta believe me. Yo, God said that in your book. Huh? I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Your God that you believe in said, for the people who lead them astray, for those who lead my people astray, I got a special hell for you.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Man, these boys in trouble, man. They're in hot waters. For sure. Because the churches nowadays are supposed to be a place of congregating to figure out how to stop poverty, to figure out how to stop the crime. That's what the churches are today. It's not to be in there clapping and, you know what I mean, just shouting and speaking in tongues and falling out. That's not what it's for. And the show ain't to be paying nobody's building fund, you know,
Yeah.
taking advantage
That's
for
when
the
you
people,
go
making
over
them
to
more
these
impoverished.
schools.
Go ahead.
Look, now look what it says. This is the book of judgment, right? Let me go back up because let me show y'all who getting judged. God gives a new religion. Dig this. Now, behold, I come in this era, in Cosmon, now, not only to declare to you that the time of preaching is at an end, except where it is practiced in deed, as it is spoken in word, but also to prophesy to you that many of you, talking to the preachers, will give up your calling and preach no more. Have we been seeing that?
By the thousands.
By the thousands, especially since COVID.
Oh man.
And look what it say. And your temples and churches and meeting houses shall be turned into consultation chambers to find remedies against poverty, crime, and debauchery. So obviously we ain't all the way there yet.
Right.
But look, and the congregation shall be enrolled, and at the meetings they shall be inquired after to see if they are in need. We know we ain't there because grandma likes to go out in church. She been giving the church money for 70 damn years. And she need a little money to keep them lights on. She sure can't get it from God.
Yeah, that cut deep right there. Wasp hit different.
When the last time your church paid your light bill? Helped you on a water bill? Got you a car? Paid for college tuition? When was the last time they inquired after you to see if you are in need? And they shall have volunteers who shall go about seeking out the helpless and distressed, so that instead of congregations sitting to hear your sermons, they shall come as co-workers for Yahweh's children.
All praises.
Come on, man. Hold on, let me get to the
while you get into your next point, I'm gonna shout out my ancestor. My grandfather was a pastor, a little country old Baptist church out in Madera, California, and he didn't want to be a pastor. They was asking him, he was like, "No, that's not for me," you know. But he ended up taking the role. My godfather was a pastor first, and he ended up dying, and then my grandpa stood up and took it. But let me tell you something. My grandpa was in the communities helping people, like you saying we're supposed to do. He was out there building people's houses for them, fixing their electrical wires, and now he's an electrician. You know what I'm saying? He was doing everything that he could with his physical body, not just preaching the Bible on Sundays, but actually in the community working with people. And that's what the revolution is pushing us towards in this generation, to actually be workers and not just preaching. My grandfather's example was a righteous one. You know what I'm saying? Even in his day. So, and my grandmama, man, she was his rock. You know what I mean? So, man, we got examples in a lot of our personal lives of what it's supposed to be, and we in this generation can move in that direction. So, yeah, salute to everybody, man, that's got righteous ancestors that gave us the right examples.
I want to show y'all this real quick. Let me see. Make sure this is called the Bible of the Mound Builders, right? I want to call y'all attention to the middle row, right? This is a mound. First of all, this is a longhouse.
Hey, big bro, I'm gonna slide out the chat real quick because I got to finish my court paperwork and stuff like that. But I'm gonna be listening in the back.
Okay.
Salute to you, big brother. Much love, much light, much respect to the creative gang. All praise to the great spirit. Let's get it.
Man, gang in this thing, man. Thanks you for dropping through, bro.
Yes, sir. Salute.
Salute. I want to call attention to this middle right here. This is a mound. Look, they have geometric measurements on how to build a mound. What we see today is thousands of years later covered by earth. These are structures up under dirt. They were built on top of the dirt with structures. Now they're so ancient, they're covered. Many of the pyramids, when they found the pyramids, what were they? Buried. Right? So, right here. Now, mind you, this book, this is called the Bible of the Mound Builders, right? It's 35,000 BC. I want y'all to see this. This is the Muka Gawin, right? This is the 6-point star in the middle. It's called the Mu, right? And is the sign of the name of America. The Muka Gawin is the signs of the prophets of the America. These 3 tentacles hanging down, these feathers, are a sign of the land that is now beneath the waters. Right? But this is the sign of the prophet, the Muka Gawin. Let's go read it real quick. Right? My righteous, right, shall live in mounds of earth, stone, and wood, where the serpents, the tigers, and other all-devouring beasts cannot come upon them. What do you know of any massive serpents in the United States? Huh? Other than crocodiles or alligators? And they only really in Florida, in certain parts of Louisiana. You dig what I'm saying? They ain't even in up the Mississippi, right? When the last time you seen a tiger? A tiger in America. This is showing how ancient this is. This is a megalithic tiger, right? They went extinct 12,000 years ago during the Younger Dryas, right? So now we're showing how ancient many of these structures are. No dinosaurs in America. No tigers in America. Well, there were 12,000 years ago before the quaternary extinction event. My righteous shall live in mounds. Right? This is a mound. Right here. Geometric, scientific, technological, engineering structure based on math. This is your Bible. This is why I taught you how to build the Hagandoa, the Great Pyramid. Anyways, let's get back to it. So mounds were built so the megafauna on the earth at the time couldn't get to the aboriginals of America, right? It's chosen. But for the light of my angels to come and abide with my people, you shall provide the Hugadoa, right? The well-covered house. And it shall only have one door. The Hugadoa, right? The pyramid, right? You shall provide it for what? For the light of my angels to come and abide with my people, right? You shall provide the pyramid, the well-covered house. also called a Teocalli, the house of light. Funny, it's called the house of light, but it's created to produce darkness. Where did the light come from then? From the angels. The great Ahuans Aguis are Algonquins. Right? So when they go in, right, my chosen are within it, in the pyramids, all shall be dark. So funny that they call this place a Teocalli in the Nahuatl language, right? A house of light when it is created to be dark, right? But the dwelling of the this is the sign of the prophet. They call them dream catchers. No. You see what I'm saying? So Native Americans carry these. They call them dream catchers. What are they really, y'all? The sign of the prophet. Right? With the what? The literal symbolic name of America in the middle. Mu. Right? And he shall have the Mukagawin. The what? The true sign of poverty. And it shall be his jewel made of copper and gold. For whom I have to listen. This is why Cosmon ain't worried about it. For whom I have made to live in poverty in this world, I will exalt in heaven. Huh? I have made only the poor to be my prophets. So I wear my lack of wealth as a badge. I'm not saying I don't need no help. I'm not saying I couldn't do with $300,000, $500,000 a year. But I tell you, I'd give away more of it. I'd do more good work with it than most. The true sign of poverty, and it shall be his jewel. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. It knocked me out of the channel again, man. I don't know what's going on, man. That was weird. You dig what I'm talking about? No visuals, no sounds. I see it, brother. I don't know. I was chopping heavy too. You dig what I'm talking about? Crazy. You dig what I'm talking about? I know probably people didn't see this. Let me share this. It knocked me off real quick. I guess I was out for a minute or so. Let me show y'all this. Because we even got to be careful, right? I don't know if y'all seen this. I don't know if y'all seen this or when I went out. Yeah, we're still streaming, but couldn't hear no sound. That's weird. This how you know when you cooking. Over here, spirit cooking. Real cooking. Not that BS that they doing. I'm talking about real cooking. You dig what I'm saying? They gonna come in there and mess with your line. Trust me. I'm used to it. I'm used to it. But look what the creator say. He say, I say to you, the pyramids and the temples did not raise up the poor and cause them to glorify the Father because they were born into life. Neither do the warships in this day. Do we not got warships in the Mediterranean and in the Arabian Sea, bombing the mess out of the Yemenis, bombing the Syrians, bombing the Palestinians, bombing the Lebanese, bombing the Ukrainians helping the Ukrainians bomb the Russians bombing them right back. Neither do the warships in this day, nor do the engines, nor railroads contribute except little to raise man up out of sorrow and poverty. And this, listen, and they're asking a question. And is this not the true scale, the way, the resurrection of men and nations? All the things that we take for granted or use are they used to glorify the Father and cause man to glorify him simply for being born in life? Right? He asks a question. How much, basically, he's asking, you got all these machines, how much good do they do compared to how much good do you, or how much evil do they cause compared to how much good you do? I don't think that's balancing out. But look, this is what I want to get into, and I'm going to get up out of here. We do all this teaching and stuff. You got to even check yourself, Cosmon. Be considerate and wise in the Father's sight. Look what he said. You are prone to overlook all things. You berate idols and graven images without weighing your speech. What more are letters of a written word than graven images? Dang. That even go for the words in Owaspy. What more are the letters of a written word than graven images? Dang. And people praising the book today, turning the book into their idol. A graven image. What more are letters of a written word than graven images? Look, does all the wisdom in books not hang on these words? Graven images? Dang. Listen, nor can you prove a single problem in mathematics without graven images, idols, and symbols. That's crazy. That's crazy. You dig what I'm talking about? That's crazy. So be considerate when you bashing a nigga. You dig what I'm talking about? Be considerate when you about to go and tear a nigga head off. You dig what I'm talking about? Make sure you got something else better to give them before you go up there chastising. You talk about the word, this, the void, and the lie. You better have something higher. Talking about graven image and idols and all that. Be careful. Right? Because you can't prove a single mathematic problem or write a word without a graven image. Damn. You know what I mean? So how people get stuff, you dig what I'm talking about? You got to kind of let people come into it on their own, man. You dig what I'm talking about? Different people going to see different things different ways, but that don't mean that you don't got to do the right. You got to do the wrong thing when we looking at the same instance happening. And we seeing that we getting treated like shit in this country. You dig what I'm talking about? They bypassing over the brown man to do everything for everybody else except us. Those times are over. This is why it was important to let you know that it's your ancestors who are here today inspiring you directly to this new understanding. So get back in line with that understanding, that heritage, that culture, that spirit that allowed you to build a mile, that allowed you to build the pyramids, that allowed you to carve the Mississippi, the Missouri. The great East Canals called Ohio and Tennessee, you carved them by hand. I was just saying. Just saying. You dig what I'm talking about? This is why you got to let people come to it on their own. You just drop it. Plant the seed. Jaja is the growth. What you got to do, you don't make no life. You don't make nothing grow. Try to make a baby. If you think I'm playing, try to make a baby without the other sex. You at best a co-creator. So just all we got to do is plant the seed. I can't do nothing more. I can't make it grow. I can just get the horse to the water. You see what I'm saying? Jaja do the rest. So we just gonna keep dropping. We just gonna keep growing, and we just gonna keep sharing light, man. Remember, you can't see gamma rays. Can't see infrared. Can't see X-waves, microwaves, radio waves. So there's a lot out there that's real that we just don't see. So with that being said, man, you dig what I'm saying? I just what you say? Bro, what the bro say? The translation engraved is tricky. The term was originally intended to mean dead in the grave, idol gods, but the way the English translated it included everything else like writing. Well, even before that, even Peter tell us in the Nazarene text that the words are dead. The books are dead. Words don't live. They're dead things. So we gotta stop that. you know what I mean, saying that, first of all, we speak English. And we've done this a long time. You dig what I'm talking about? We talk the world English. It's not the other way around. You dig what I'm saying? So we've done this a long time. The word is right, and it do apply to the word. But that's because the words are dead. There's no life in the word. Jaja is a living thing, spiritual. He exists. The words are just ink on paper. Huh? It's just about what you can draw and manipulate and work out of that certain understanding. You dig what I'm talking about? The thing that makes the sound is actually alive. If you feel what I'm saying, right? What you say? Yeah, right, right. The words are dead. Paper is paper. Exact. Context. Don't they always say legit hustle? Context is always key. There's some truth in that. There's some truth in that. Hey, but hey man, if y'all got a little something up out of there, man, hit me with a 2 in the chat. Hit me with a 2 in the chat. Hit me with a couple vortexes. Man, this is Jehovah Chronicles number 112, the Algonquin host. The guardian angels, the Ashars. Our ancient forefathers looking over us, man. They're looking over us. All I'm saying is get back in line with your creator. And you don't need nobody to do that. You don't need no book to do that. You dig what I'm talking about? None of that. If you want to get some of the, you know what I mean, finer points, yeah, grab it on a wasp. You dig what I'm talking about? Grab it on a wasp. Okay. Right? But if you want to do the work of the creator, do something good for somebody else. Huh? That's how it works. It work like don't talk me to death. You see what I'm saying? Work me like don't talk me to death. Who gonna do the work? Those are the chosen. Why? Because you chose the creator. Don't work the other way around. Not that he choose you, because you choose him. Makes you chosen. See the tools coming in, man. Hey, look. With that being said, man, another fire lesson, man. Cosmonia, man. I'm in. I'm out, man. Breathe in. Let that light in, man. Cosmon. I'm out.
And oh yeah, put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feel it when you feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, oh,
just that Japheth, that Chow Mein, that Papa Bull, that Tao Mein, since sunset in the arc of Wayne, my brain moving like Tao Sang, so ass above, it's so below, that up and that down thing, this flow is atmospheric, I call that a ground game, see water is knowledge, so if I'm teaching, you're learning, so how your God make a sun without vortexing and current, see the pattern is ponic, I'm reaching out for my people, oh watch me flow through your speakers, you feel the force of the ether, and when the force hit the equal, I'm taking off like an eagle. Police popped the pastor, yeah, yesterday for pushing Puerto. My DNA is Moshe. Mix that thing with higher water. My spirit rate is OTN. It's just a higher order. Got more light than Kavita. Rap a lot just like Tila. Went from sinner to saint. Shout out my big homie Sealer. Got more torque than a sports car. Got more work than a door stop. And the 4 million I make, I'm giving the Dr. Umar. Oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you're feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air. Oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air. Oh yeah. Super 7 in my rites and ceremonies. I'm married to Jehovah, holy matrimony. Confucius say, in the words of Caillou, before you hit the tomb, be a bridegroom. Only got one question for Miss Susan B. On how to last Ahuin is now a Angui. Blame my inspiration, I'm just thinking thoughts. But in the way of God's, we gon' keep it short. Why Jesus wanna kill me, Matthew 10:34. Just a couple questions that I'm needing to know. Oh, watch me flow, it's so potent. Set the vortex in motion. Super 7, I'm floating across the Aegean Ocean. Oh, you a Muslim now, so I guess you making salat. Well, I'm an Israelite, I'ma make him at the Shabbat. Got Moses on the bumper, super slap off in my spaceship photosphere. So I stay lit, peace and light to the faith is so yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you're feeling up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air. Oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky breathing rarefied air. When you're breathing rarefied air. Oh